Behind the scenes and during alt season, the biggest cryptocurrency bull run in history is still developing. There will be nothing ordinary about this alt season. We already know how enormous the 2020 to 2021 cycle was, and we know this one will be even bigger. Given the extent of institutional use and the government's strong embrace of digital assets and cryptocurrency, this one will be substantially larger. I do believe that the retail sector's emphasis on cryptocurrency is set to return in a big way and that prices will soar considerably higher than they are currently. I previously discussed some of the reasons why this season and the current cryptocurrency boom will shortly take a major knock. We already have a few things that kind of fit in well with that, so I'm going to go over that again soon. I'll take care of that. Overall, nevertheless, take a look at this market's daily view. Guys, this is really lovely. The market as a whole is currently a sea of green. The hourly rate is this, the daily is this. These are the monthly and weekly ones. The annual is still green, of course. Right now. Although there are a few reds in there, green is the primary driver here on a weekly and daily basis. H-bar increased from 3.1% to 3.6%. Actually, there are a few more players that are kind of turning up, like Link, Q, and T, and a few more. XRP is down a ridiculous lot today, you know. We love to notice that it was pumping heavily recently. But all in all, it was a fairly good day for cryptocurrency. Naturally, the primary item I'm examining here is Bitcoin, as it has increased by 1.2% and is currently trading at approximately 109,000. The 24-hour view is available here. In fact, I find the 7-day outlook more alluring. Ethereum is up 12% and Bitcoin is up 7.4%. It's outperforming Bitcoin, which is exactly what we want to see again, and XRP is up about 9% as well. The 7-day gains for all old coins have been fairly good, so yes, we're recovering from the lows, but it's still a very good week for crypto right now. The market cap for crypto is 3.3 trillion, and the old coin season index is about 20 out of 100. Thus, we still have time to arrive here. Even though, you know, ancient coins are beginning to get traction, Bitcoin's dominance is still extremely strong, and we're still in a very good Bitcoin season, seated at almost 65%. However, this is how Bitcoin appears. On the weekly and 1-month views of the coin market cap, I will share with you all the current state of Bitcoin's bullishness and demonstrate it on the weekly chart. However, this is also how the 1-year period appears. On these charts, we are once more approaching a much bigger move. Additionally, here is how XRP appears at the moment on the 1-month mark on the 7-day calendar, and the 1 year looks like this. We're still really simply consolidating, which isn't always a terrible thing, is it? We rise higher the longer we consolidate and the longer we're genuinely kind of dull on the charts. I have mentioned this to you all several times dating back to 2020 and 2021. You know, the retail industry suffers from time capitulation the longer we continue to move in different directions and the longer we combine because everyone is growing tired. We rise higher the longer we do that. An intriguing perspective on this, in my opinion, is that it is similar to the 22 lows that occurred before November. Correct. For example, when XRP first appeared, everyone asked, why is XRP so high right now? Why is this rally taking place? Not even a big announcement or anything was made. Then suddenly there is a tremendous upward thrust. That's because we simply permanently consolidated. The interesting thing is that despite this candle from December 2024, we haven't truly reached a new all-time high with XRP when we consider consolidation. Our history dates back to December 2017. The official all-time high is $3.84. In fact, we haven't crossed that boundary yet. We're talking about 8 years if we consider that, from 2017 to the present. By the end of this year in December, the difference will have been 8 years. It's crazy that we have been consolidating for 8 years, which indicates that we still have a long way to go on XRP, especially when considering all of the elements that are coming up to this year's alt season. This is going to be a huge year for significant improvements, in my opinion. Let's talk more about altcoins and even XRP today. Let's quickly review the top 500 7-day period. This is the appearance of the top 500. Overall, we're beginning to notice some good moves. Additionally, 65, 47, and 30 represent nearly 6% of the top 100 in the previous 7 days. I understand that we're recovering from the lows and other setbacks, but even the short-term gains are looking excellent, people. The actual scene is still a long way off. This is a great beginning, but they do see a big appearance of an old season. The FOMC meeting is coming up too, right? FOMC meeting from July 29th to July 30th. Many people are wondering if we will receive a cut in July or in September. Since Trump has been reprimanding Jerome Powell for a while, we have been hearing a lot about the two of them. We have another video as an example. Jerome Powell, the chair of the Fed, is called to resign by President Trump. I would like him to step down. He did a terrible job. Take a look. Director Pult spoke on CNBC earlier today about his suggestion that Powell step down. Do you have any thoughts on Powell's resignation? I am aware that you have been somewhat critical. If he felt like it, I would love for him to step down. He did a terrible job. If you were present, well, you know the United States is doing well, you would say, and they don't have inflation. And we'll start hiking the rates if they experience inflation within a year or two. You know, we'll eliminate the inflation and take care of other things. Inflation under Biden was the worst in our nation's history. I believe it was significantly greater than 19%. They say, very frankly, 19%. I believe it's much higher than that, they claim. And now, inflation is essentially non-existent. We've accomplished a lot in a short amount of time. The cost of energy